evening, darts fans from around the globe, and welcome to the CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by partners promoting darts. As seen below, my name is William Stewart of USA Darts Productions, and with me is Sean Green of To The Point Streaming. Sean, how's it going?
I'm good, man. How are you doing? I'm excited to be here. This is a lot of fun, man.
This is going to be awesome. This is going to be quite a showdown between Division One and Division Two players. It's going to be a Monday night, Wednesday night for what you think about 10 weeks, 11 weeks. It's going to be fun here.
Man, I hope so, dude. That when I got asked to do this, I was like, let me ask the wife, and yep, let's do this. I'm excited.
Same here.
Let's stream 3 nights a week. With what we got going on with To The Point on Tuesdays, it worked out perfect, man. I'm excited, and I'm excited to joining you. You're good at what you do, and yeah, I think we're gonna have a lot of fun, man.
Oh, I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Well, it's going to be quite fun here. I know that we have quite the lineup on Monday nights of some quality players as well. On Wednesday nights, we're going to be starting around this 8:30 Central Time on those days, Mondays and Wednesdays. So we hope you join us consistently throughout this bracket. It's going to be a double elimination bracket as we go along. So it's going to be some pretty fun action here. There's already some great matchups, as you can see here. Starting at the bottom with our match tonight, Willy Walker and Kenny Doyle. What do you think about that one? Leading
Oh
off with a good one.
man, talk about a buzzsaw right off the bat for both these guys. I we're gonna hear Kenny and Willie do their little interview here in just a second, but um, I'm interested because Kenny's a man of few words, but at the same time, he seems really confident. Uh, it like
I,
comes through that way.
I think he has a reason to be confident. I actually had the pleasure of streaming Kenny at the Shark Tank shootout or Shark Tank, and he actually won the Shark Tank shootout split bowl event. Came through quite the field in the semis, going through Chris Lim, and then the finals, winning over John Edwards. So he won that event. He's coming in pretty hot, and we heard Nick that he had quite the night the other night. On the old practice board. So I'm kind of
Yeah,
confident, Kenny's going to come in slanging. Willie, as we'll kind of hear him kind of mention it in the video, took some time off with with the kind of COVID, the pandemic, but I think a lot of players did too. So it'll be interesting to see how he comes in and knocking on the door. But
yeah,
that's
I think it's gonna definitely set up well. I mean, you want to talk about a little bit of pressure for these guys that they're not used to. How about a $4,000 top prize?
Yeah, that's the truth. That's the truth. And we'll kind of work our way up the bracket here just so we can kind of see some other matches. But good first round matchup between Jordan Meyer and Nick Selepic. That should be a good one. Jordan Meyer from the Missouri area, for those that don't know him. I think Nick's from, I believe, no, I'm not going to say that. I thought he was from Florida, but I'm not confident on that one. We're going to get some information. Yes, he is from Florida. So,
Yep.
yeah, go with the old memory off of that one. From Florida area. Johnny Lackey in the event, Larry Keith with Rick Barnaski. Some of these last names I butcher just because I'm
You gave a
terrible at
Y on the
last
end of that
names.
for no reason. It was great.
No, for no reason at all. I'll tell you, I'll butcher some of these names. So, but some
Mark,
great matches along the way. Go ahead.
yeah, Mark Mears, Jeremiah Berger. That's a good one. Mike Maloney, Corey Jensen up there. We saw him warming up with Willie, um, and like the pre-match videos that we got there, and they were
Good.
they were throwing some good darts.
Yeah, I was about to say that's a good. That's a good little warm up for those two players. That's for sure. Then you continue to go up the bracket. Sean, what was that? Sean Foist, Scott, Rick. It's a good first rounder. Wes White has the bye. Was Dennis Saden. I'm gonna take on Mark Rowe in the second round. It looks like. How about that? Our only lady in the Division One field,
Yeah,
Chrissy Grimmel.
absolutely,
Chrissy
absolutely,
Grimmel. This is
and
that. Go
and
ahead.
totally deserving of that too, right?
And this is the thing. Ledecky's going to have to play well in that match because Chrissy Grimmel can give him a match there, and it could go either way. I could see that going either way, and whoever wins that one's going to take on Jake Schreiber, and that's going to be a quality match as well.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the entire bracket and being able to do this with you every week. And I'm happy for all the people joining us. We appreciate it, guys. Make sure to like, share, subscribe wherever you are. We really appreciate you guys for all the support that you got. Speaking of which, this first match that we have tonight, Kenny Doyle, Willie Walker. Kenny averaging a 4.85, and Willy right now a 4.46 is what we have written down there. There they are right there. Look at that. So looks like Willy throws his signature series. Same thing with Kenny. I actually think that I might have met Kenny before, and it was when I met Nick DeShera for the first time to get this job, really. Um, but uh, but yeah, so
Well, look at
excited
the
about
look at the length of play too. 21 years for Willy Walker, early 90s for Kenny Doyle. So long time players here, really from the Washington area, and Kenny from Orlando. So let's take a look at these players. Let's hear from them themselves. We've got a quick interview session before we bring it on back for the
awesome.
match.
Ready to get this match rolling. Apparently, the audio cut out of the interview. We apologize for the issues there. Um, but I can tell you because we've watched those interviews already ahead of time. Will Nick or Kenny has like a very like quiet confidence about himself, and I think it's going to show here for sure.
Yeah, it was. I mean, during that interview, it was short, to the point answers. He just kind of really went through it, like it was just, oh, like almost. I don't want to say it, but almost like a waste of his time. It felt like, because he was just no nonchalant. It was just like kind of like, yep, I just come here to do my business, and that's how it's going to happen. And I know Willie Walker's a great player in himself. I honestly didn't know much about Kenny before the Shark Tank event, and just the way he came in that event, you're right. He kind of has a confidence about him. I think it's going to show here for at least a couple legs, if not the whole match. So it'll be interesting. I think we got a barn burner here.
Yeah, for sure, man. I think it's going to be a great match. I'm excited to see two like heavyweights from across the country, going at it. I think that's going to be a lot of fun,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah, and as you can see here, we're going to get the cork started here. It's going to be a 3 darts here, 501. So you can make their way down to the
Well,
best
that'll
four. And
work.
yeah, that'll definitely work. Big 180 for
Yep,
Willie Walker.
just a decent start. Nothing too bad. Not you can't do much better than that, right?
No,
Well, it's already over.
you can't. Yeah, it's already over. Kenny just playing for fun here, it looks like. So Willie's going to lead us off in the CSC Challenger Series, folks. It's going to be a race to 9 legs cricket. So that is our format. And
Long format. It's gonna take some time to get going. I think for both these guys, except for the fact that, Willie just shot a 180 to start off the leg there. Can't do much better than that. They only do that at the beginning and then in the tiebreaker if it goes that distance.
correct. So here we go. Willie Walker starting off into the 5, but comes back. Big trip 20. The
Yeah,
second dart.
good 3 mark there. I think he probably wants better. I think Kenny's gonna kind of feast on that, but so far, there it is. There's that 3rd dart in there.
Stuff is, I'll give him 38 points. Slight advantage. Those are asking. We are live here from the All Seasons in Tacoma, Washington, with Willie Walker's point of view. You can see Kenny kind of on the match screen as he steps to the line there to throw his darts. That is going to be the view we have for Kenny tonight.
Yep, and some nights or some weeks we're gonna have both guys with cameras, and sometimes we're gonna have something like this. And nice 6 mark there from Kenny as we're talking, but I think it's gonna be interesting to see both kind of setups here. Talk about like how cool it is to have this technology, right? To where you're in Missouri, I'm in Indiana. Nick, who's running this for us, is in Orlando, Florida. And then Kenny's in Orlando, and we got Willie all the way across the country in Tacoma, Washington. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing to be able to do this setup virtually. So how about this? Big 7 mark there. 266 to 160 here.
Yep, and they're just pointing away. Willie is a little bit behind in the scoring so far. He's just a touch off too. You can see on that screen there. He switches over to the 18s to the last dart. I like that move because no matter what he did on the 20s, Kenny had a chance to close it with 1 dart and move on. So smart play. It makes Kenny hit a 5 mark on Willie, which
open up that house, open up that other house, kind of force some pressure.
Well, there you go. He only closes the 20, so Willie with that last dart with a chance here to catch up in 1 round. And he might just do that. Nice darts there from Willie. Guys, again, thank you so much for tuning in with us. I am Sean Green, normally from To The Point Streaming. Will Stewart, the talented Will Stewart from USA Darts. This is awesome, man. I'm already enjoying myself.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun series we have here. It's again double elimination, so this is a bracket format.
Oh yeah, I mean it changes almost the whole perspective. Again, guys, they are playing for a $4,000 first place prize from Partners for Promoting Darts. That's awesome.
How about that? Willie Walker with a big 9 mark there.
Boom.
with these averages so far. 5.4, 5.17. Like, this is going to be what we're going to see the whole time here in this race to 9.
And both are playing at a pretty good pace too. They both kind of just get up there and do their business.
Some mentionables too on the loser starts the next game, but if a person goes 3 games down, they automatically get the start. So something to mention there as well as we get down into the nitty gritty, or as we kind of start off here before we get down into the nitty gritty, to mention that.
Oh, absolutely. And I love that aspect of it. It makes it really hard to whitewash or make it a like huge upset. Um, I love that aspect of it. It's a really cool design and setup, and I think it really promotes dart players being able to stay with it. Stay in the match.
Well, it also means that you're going to have an hour and a half to 3 hours here of some fun action here on the E page.
Hey, that's easy for you to say. You're an hour behind me, buddy. So it is
the advantage
8:49 where you are, and it's 9:49 where I am right now.
Well, how about Willy over in Washington getting the upper hand on us?
Oh, for sure.
He just had some dinner. He's ready to play here.
It's still daylight there, probably.
Definitely. So here comes Kenny. Already into the near 600s.
Oh, there it is. There's the 600. 2 trip 17s there. Regaining the lead here. So Willy's going to look over at the 16s now. So early on, what is your prediction here? How do you think this one's going to go?
Oh, I really kind of predicted Willy Walker to struggle a little bit off the get-go. I mean, he did mention that he was, took that year off. I know Kenny's been, Florida. He's in Florida, so he's kind of been kind of active. I know he's been getting around. As like I said, I saw him at the Shark Tank tournament, so I know he's been getting around to tournaments.
Speaking of
playing
which, a 7
well.
mark there. He's literally just staying right in it this whole time and just putting so much pressure on Willy. And remember, Willy got the darts here in this first leg. And it is not looking like Willy's not playing bad. 4.82 is obviously nothing to sneeze at. That's higher than the average that's written down for him. But Kenny's on fire, man.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have if you're gonna go off of predictions here, I got a 9-7 win for Kenny.
Just a little, 6 mark end with double bowl, single bowl.
No big deal. Like it's nothing at all.
Brush your shoulders off. Leg 1 down. Kenny Doyle with the early break, a throw, and advantage. But it is not alternate start. It is loser does start every leg. So they already messed that up. As they have it on Kenny going first. Looks like they're going to go back there. Uh-oh. They're going to quickly figure it out.
Yep. That is kind of the downside of being kind of away from each other. You're not able to just chat real quick and fix everything. You got to kind of do it over.
Oh, yeah. I already getting the chat here of on Twitch here from DM Zig 824. Actually said, "Who ate you, Drum God?" And I looked down and I was like, "What? What happened there already?" It looks like Kenny did not realize that he was not supposed to start, so they're going back
take
here.
That. Yeah, there we go. I was about to say they're going to make it right.
It's week 1 for everyone, including us, right?
Hey, you got to start somewhere, right?
Guys, again, we really appreciate you all tuning in with us. I can see some of my Indiana people joining me. A big shout out to all the people from Indy that support To The Point streaming and everything that we do there. I wish I had some Indiana people in this bracket, man. I was a little bit disappointed to see all those names and not one from Indiana, because I think we got some good shots here, and that would have been fun to and put me on the edge of my seat rooting for this as we went along. But man, I'm just going to become a fan of Kenny instead. Like, this is
obligatory like of someone on the first stream, huh?
Yeah, There's a big 180. Nice 9 mark there from Willy Walker. We've
Good
already seen
stuff
that from
there.
him twice.
Yeah, a couple nines and a couple. Yeah, the 180s, two of them so far. I mean, you started off there with one on the 5-1 to kind of decide who starts off.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. Can't start off any better than that.
Not at all.
That's one of those things where you trash talk an opponent when they hit like a hat trick or something. You're like, 160 would have been better.
Just that little bit better.
And for those of you not able to watch the Colts game right now, they just scored a touchdown on a big deep ball to Michael Pittman Jr.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming. The Colts reference. We won't get into the Chiefs because I'm just embarrassed.
Well, welcome to my life for the past few years, right?
Big trip 20 start there for Willy as he goes over the 18s, tries to close them out, just two singles.
Do you like that move over to the 18s instead of down to the 17s to take that away from Kenny?
I don't mind it because he's just trying to gain another house without closing out. I mean, I see the play there because just 3 darts here and it's a different game, or even 2 darts. But unfortunately, Kenny doesn't take advantage. Just a 5 mark there.
Yeah, but he does steal the 18s, which kind of wastes that last 2 darts there from Willy, right?
Exactly. That's the herder.
Oh, look
And
at
then
those right there on the wire.
That's the saying. Willy unfortunately doesn't come up with the 2 first darts as he shakes his head as he walks away.
Yeah, we're starting to see a little bit of frustration early on from Willy. And it's one of those things where if you start hot, it's easy to kind of get over that a little bit quicker. And if you always feel like you're the one under pressure because the person that you're playing is throwing a 5-2+ average on you this entire time, it's almost like you have to throw perfect darts.
That's what
And
this.
speaking of which,
That's what the CSC Challenger Series is going to be. Is just you're going to have to throw perfect darts to win $4,000. That is for sure.
absolutely, man. And I'm telling you, like these back and forth, 7 mark, 9 marks, like this is just going to be our typical weekly thing, man. Like, how do we get this job, man? How do we get to do this?
Lucky people. That's for sure. Here we go. 17s up to the 20s, over to the
Boom.
16s. 9 mark for Willy Walker.
Another one. We've seen a couple of those, or 3 of those now so far from him in 2 legs. That's pretty impressive. 5-7-1 so far going on. And he's almost reversing. He's playing the Kenny against Kenny right now, putting that pressure on, keeping it on the whole time. Look at that.
Right to the Bulls.
Oh, Flight's the last one there, but good darts for sure.
The subtle advantage here for Walker to make this 1-1.
It looks like Kenny has just kind of resolved the fact that he's going to be out of this leg, and let's move on to leg 3 as he closes the 20 with the first dart. So there it is.
Exactly right. Yep. Willy Walker with the second leg winner.
And it is 1-1, folks. And it is loser starts. If the player gets down 3 legs or more, he will start every leg until that advantage goes away for him. So, just for those of you who just joining us, we appreciate it. Chat looks a little bit lively out there. Mr. Jason Ives, my partner in crime for To The Point Streaming. Thanks for joining in, bud. Nice 7 mark there start from Kenny.
Looks like we got some supporters for over there in Trick Shots for Kenny. Terry Johnson over on Twitch.
Yeah, Terry hanging out at Trick Shots supporting Kenny, so they're live with him.
And that Trick Shots is in Orlando, Florida. Of course, Kenny plays with C&M Darts.
Yep. His backup bar, that's where I met Nick and where I believe I met Kenny the one time. But another 9 mark there, guys. An 8 average against a 7 average here.
That one for Kenny too. That one, I was wondering when Kenny was going to strike. There's a big 9 for Kenny. So good stuff for him as he's going to take the subtle lead here, 200 to 76.
Yep, that's I mean, so far great darts. And this is just going back and forth, right? Like Kenny had a big first leg, and then Willie came back at the right time and threw almost perfect darts there at the end. And now Kenny doing the exact same thing to Willie, and so far loser starting is a disadvantage. It seems like.
Yeah. And we do have some questions. Somebody asking, these games have a 20-round limit. It does look like it. I can tell by just that game screen up on the top. It says, 20-round limit with the 200 point as well. It looks like on the cricket. So can't go over 200 points and extend that point line and just kind of just wrangle it in, and just continue to point until there's just no opportunity for your opponent. So.
Well, I got to be honest. As someone watching this, I do appreciate that fact because it's a race to 9. Huge, huge victory margin there. And if you're just pointing just to point, we could be here all night.
Yeah, that is the truth. That is the truth. We could be here all night. Indeed, if that was the case. So Kenny throwing a 6.4 compared to Willy's 4.25. Advantage Kenny in this leg is it looks like it's going to be his for the taking.
Nice little hat trick there, just to let him know that he's not going to ever give up in a leg. But a 6-4 for Kenny, my goodness. Do you think one dart?
Oh no.
Well, not anymore.
No, he's got the third now. Yep, there it is. I was about to say he'll get it in 3 for sure.
Guys,
3.
Guys in all the chats, what do you think? What's the final score prediction here? I see a 9-5 Kenny from Sheldon. Thanks for tuning in with us on YouTube. Drum God is letting us know that 20-round limit, it can definitely come and get you if you're not paying attention to it.
Yeah, it definitely can. If you're not really paying attention or looking at it, I mean, it'll catch up on you, and before you know it, your opponent's ahead, and you can't do anything about it. I mean, that's just the problem there. So something to keep an eye on, especially if you're getting a little pointy and find yourself in a 2019 battle for the length of 10 plus rounds. Can happen.
Yep, Kenny stumbles a little bit to start off this leg here. He does have a 2-1 lead. Willie with a chance here to close out the 19s would just look at that double.
How about that?
I'm not as good as these guys, and I want to make that perfectly clear. But I never shoot at a double in cricket. However, it does look like he blocked himself on the 19s with that first dart, which makes perfect sense on why you shoot down there.
Well, let's see. That's the thing. I think there's going to be a couple people in the chat. I know one in particular, the Dutch Dragon. He'll probably mention, that if you're confident and you practice those all the time on those doubles, a double can come in handy on those cricket legs every once in a while. If you're confident, if it's something you're always shooting at and practicing at, why not take that opportunity? Is my kind of take on it.
Yeah, I think I'm just used to not playing players that are like Dutch Dragon level or these guys level, where they can close their eyes and hit a double because they practice those types of shots all the time. So I'm always telling people stop shooting at doubles because they always end up high, and then you're putting yourself at a disadvantage by not at least getting a mark on that number.
Exactly. You got to guarantee a mark. You got to make sure it's a smart play. So Kenny Doyle, big trip 17 there, finds it again.
Big darts there, keeps him right in this, and actually a little bit of an advantage now.
77-point advantage to be exact, but the 20s and 18s are open for Walker.
Woo, look at that. And another 9 mark on the 20s for Willy Walker. That's the third one we have seen. It is the 4th leg, guys. And the first one we saw was in the diddle to start the match. I mean, crazy here. And Kenny comes firing right back with a 7 mark. It regains that point lead, but advantage now definitely Willy.
And that's what the 9 mark gave him, and look at this, following it in.
Oh, good big stuff. Big darts there. These guys are averaging a 5.8 and a 5.67. The 5.8 is losing this leg right now.
I was really surprised to see him take that opportunity to go to the 17s. Honestly, I mean, the leg before he stayed up top to guarantee a 100-point lead, and there he just took his chance, confident, hit the trip 17.
Yeah, I think that is saying a lot about Willie, that he is confident right now, that he knows he's throwing good darts, and he knows that when he aims, whatever he aims at, he's hitting for the most part, and he can hit those 20s. Those trip 20s are just almost like nothing. Even if he misses the first one badly, like he did on that one, and I say badly, like it was just closer to the middle of the one than it was to the trip 20, like everything else has been so far, and just right back into it. Didn't bother him at all.
It seems like these guys are going to be feeling their badly aimed darts are going to be a couple holes outside instead of a whole segment outside like some of us.
These guys are definitely showing us right now why this was the first match streamed, and also why they're playing for $4,000 first place right now.
Definitely. And this is just the first match, folks. We got plenty more action coming your way here on the Partners Promoting Darts pages. Be sure to give us a like and follow.
Absolutely. Definitely do that. We'll be back on Wednesday with our first Division 2 match with you guys as well. So if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, definitely give us a like, give us a share. You know, promote this thing as much as possible. Hey, let's grow this game.
What it's all about.
All right, so cricket, for those that are turning on this for the very first time, that have really never seen darts except for maybe 501, where they just have fun playing in the bar. What is the strategy that you go into when you play cricket, Will?
Well, for me, I mean, I feel I'm more of a experienced player, so it just kind of depends on you know yeah, everybody always says, are you a gentleman about it or are you going to be a pointer, but your
Hey,
general aspect. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you never lose in cricket with more points than your opponent. That has never
Exactly.
happened.
Exactly. So sometimes I lean towards that, and I've paid the price more than a few times by not pointing when I should have. And I think that's what we're seeing here with these guys is that points is going to be the name of the game. You got to find yourself at least a 6, 7 mark lead to where that opponent's not going to put himself in that advantage spot.
Absolutely. And I mean, these guys are just showing you left and right why you have to take a 7 mark lead. And, I know that there is in those lower level players, me, I used to get upset when people would point, but it's because people are so used to playing these level of players where if you don't do that, you're going to lose. And you just can't allow yourself to do that.
Exactly. Currently, right now, I believe we've had 4 legs and
Look
all
at that.
averaging in the fives.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see an average in the threes tonight. Like
Definitely not.
I really
Definitely
just
won't.
don't see a single one going to the threes. And another 9 mark there from Willie Walker. That is his fourth, and we were in the fifth leg. But I'm not counting. It is one match on Mondays and one match on Wednesdays. That is the streaming match. I don't know if we have that answer currently of who is playing on Wednesday. Apparently, we are being told that information will come to you in just a little bit. So stay with us. If you're not going to stay with us for this amazing dart match, at least stay with us to find out who's going on Wednesday.
Is a fact here, but I think they're going to be staying for this opportunity because this is just going to be a showdown, and it could be. I mean, I've seen a lot of 9-8s in the chats. I think that could be a case that we see here 9-8 match.
Oh, Willie flighted. That second dart was on the wire of the trip one, and that third dart just barely flights out of the triple 18. I think if he hits that triple 18 there, he has free range to go at the 19s. But now, if you look at it, let's see if he tries to steal it here. He did. Look at that. Kenny Doyle, big round there, brings himself right back into this. Wow.
You mentioned ricochets, kind of. I think that's going to play, more into Kenny's game than it does into Willie's game because, as we saw, Willy uses those 20-gram Spartan darts compared to Kenny's 16.5 super darts. So that's kind of a big weight discrepancy. So if you get a big ricochet like Kenny's darts are, you're going to see that more predominant ricochet, maybe a couple holes out, where Willy's is just going to be a hole, maybe 2 out.
Hey, it looks like on Wednesday we're going to have Brandon Neal versus Scott Hanisch.
Hey, that's going to be a great match. I know Scott, I know Brandon, kind of from the Midwest area. Scott from South Dakota. Brandon, I believe from Nebraska, Kansas area. I believe he's from there, that kind of area.
Let me make sure you're not wrong there. Give me a second.
I'm probably wrong knowing myself, so. I know he's kind of from our Midwest area, kind of around the Kansas City area, I believe, so.
Sioux Falls.
Sioux Falls, completely wrong. Good job, Will. There we go. All righty, fellas.
Just a bit outside. All right.
Just a bit outside. Well, sorry to those Sioux Falls natives in the chat. My apologies. Brandon, don't yell at me next time I see you.
All right, guys. Look at this. Kenny Doyle now coming back. It is 2-2. We have a battle going right now. We will take a break after leg 7. I believe that is correct, if I remember that correctly.
Yep.
I wrote that down. Whew. I didn't want Nick to yell at me after this whole stream was over.
Always good to have a bunch of Post-it notes around your computer monitor.
And Kenny takes it down in 2 darts like we knew he would. A 5.77, a 5.88 just lost that leg.
Isn't that crazy? 5.88. So right now, other than the first leg, it was Willy Walker that started us off, but Kenny Doyle stole that first one, and then from there on, it's just been the advantage to the starter.
It is so back and forth. This is awesome. Brandon Neal from Nebraska, Scott from Sioux Falls area. Yep.
Oh, okay, so Brandon Neal is from Nebraska. Okay, yep.
Didn't you say South Dakota first off?
Yeah, Scott's from South Dakota. I knew that one.
Yeah, there you go.
All righty, I was right on the Nebraska. I was about to say, if they're double Sioux Falls, I'm terrible.
I'm sorry. Oh, did they blow it dead? Oh, nope. The Colts are just going to run back this fumble recovery all the way for a touchdown when the Ravens were on the 1-yard line.
I knew when you said it.
Oh my gosh. Guys, I promise I don't do this all the time, but the Colts are my team, man. I can't help it. So I already told these guys, I warned them ahead of time. I'm like, this is going to be the one week where my mind is a little bit, but Lamar Jackson fumbles on the 1-yard line. Does it come out before his knee goes down? Oh, that's going to be close. We'll see. Runs it back 99 yards, Isaiah Rodgers. Speaking of great stuff going on, though, 7 mark there from Kenny Doyle. I mean, thank you. Hey, I'm a professional. That's why I was hired.
That was amazing. Kudos.
I knew eventually I was going to get yelled at for continuing just to commentate on the Colts game instead of what we're supposed to be doing.
No, I don't blame you at all. When it's your team, it's your team. I know that feeling.
Hello to Margarita Fuentes. Join us on Facebook here. Bill Cowart, shout out to Nick Teixeira, saying he is the best. I agree with that. Yeah, Ruben, $4,000 to first place, man. Like, that's what these guys are going for here.
This back and forth battle, 7.0 average here for Kenny.
Again, this is just way above my pay grade of darts being thrown, man. We have great darters in Indy, and we definitely do. I mean, Danny Lobby Jr., he's one of our own, but these guys just consistently shooting 5.8s, 5.9s, 6s, and losing legs. This is crazy.
How about that play there from Kenny? I just kind of realized what was going on. Kenny, with his last round, he was down in points. Started off on the 20s. Took that opportunity with the first dart and then went to the 19s. I don't know about that. I mean, when you're down in points, and I mean, I see the opportunity where he may be thinking about the next legs ahead, and maybe just, I don't know. I mean, that's a tough
look
game.
Look at this. Oh, Willie really wanted that 9 mark again. What I don't like about the move that Kenny did is that he gave up on it in the next round. With an X on the 20, just close that 20 first start and then go from there.
Mhm.
It looks like he was kind of doing multiple different things, which will always get you into trouble in cricket, is when you start doing multiple strategies.
Correct. You gotta pick your strategy and go with it.
Sheldon, yes, there will be some matches, some weeks where the technology will be available to show both boards. Kenny's location does not have this streaming setup that we are blessed to have in Spokane, Washington this evening. So um, there will be a lot of times where both players have streaming boards available that they will play on. And then Nick will have to do more work. All right. Willie trying to get himself back into this. Ooh, look at that last start. He tried to hero dart it a little bit.
Can't
Do you like that
blame him.
move?
I mean, that's the thing. It's a tough play. It's a tough play because Kenny has the 18s. If you were ahead and you had the 18s and he had the 16s, I could see you taking that gamble, but it's a
These guys
tough
are
play.
they're starting to get in, a little bit tricky here. We'll see. They're starting to, I think, play a little bit differently. It's a long format. They can kind of work with some different options and work on some different things and see which one works against the players. Do you think that's happening a little bit?
I definitely can see that being the case. I think they could, you could see these players, especially with that break in between. If a player finds himself down by a couple legs going into the break, which that could be the case here coming up, as leg 7 is going to be our break.
Randy, I
That could happen.
apologize. I misspoke when I said Spokane. It's actually Tacoma, Washington. So, Randy, thanks for calling me out on that. You guys keep me honest here, man. Keep me honest in this chat.
The chat always will. The chat always will.
Guys, again, we appreciate you tuning in with us. It is late in Eastern Standard Time for sure. At least it's getting up there late. West Coast, supporting your boy Willie Walker. Um, Orlando, Florida, supporting Kenny Doyle here. We appreciate you guys tuning in with us. It's a pleasure to have all you here. I don't know what they just called as the actual ruling. Did they call him down? They probably called him down. So, yeah,
Little.
I'm still talking about this. Yep.
Yes, you definitely are. Yep, that's fine though. Hey, eye on multitasking there. Good stuff there. Is it's going to be Kenny Doyle taking the 4-2 lead now. So it'd be tricky here. Willie Walker's going to start us off.
Lamar Jackson looks upset. That's a good sign. Sorry.
Always a good sign if Lamar Jackson's upset. I know that being a Chiefs fan. So here's the deal. Kenny's going to have the advantage going into the break.
Yep.
Now, can he extend it to a 3-leg advantage?
Yeah, 5-2 puts Willie in a little bit of a difficult spot. However, if Kenny happens to win more legs, well, Willie will start those legs. But even if he starts to win a couple in a row, if he's down more than 3 at that moment, he's still going first and still getting that advantage there. But that was not a good start from Willie, and that is a great start from Kenny.
Definitely is. Big 7 mark there for Kenny. Looks like he might and this could be the thing, was Willie had mentioned, in his pre-match interviews that he took that time off for the pandemic, and depends on how much he's been active. Is his stamina gonna last for the length of this long format match? Because it is a race tonight.
Yep. And it might just, again, I think we talked about this earlier, but I think that these guys are kind of feeling each other out a little bit. They definitely played each other a lot. But Willie knows that Kenny has been on fire recently, and Kenny knows that Kenny's been on fire recently, and that Willie took some time off. They both mentioned that in their interviews. So I think they're both kind of fighting the same stigma here for each other, and it's about which stigma is going to be right. And right now, it's looking like it's looking like Willie's on fire as well as Kenny. It's just Kenny's just staying consistent, putting pressure on. And that's the consistency factor is going to be the difference in these matches for sure.
Definitely. Here we go. Big trip 17, 2 of them, 7 mark there for Kenny.
Great darts from Kenny there.
50-point lead.
I do want to point out to those of you watching along with us that our man behind the scenes, Nick DeShera, Kenny is his league partner. So he is stressing out over there. I can see it in he's like nodding when Kenny's doing well, and he's looking a little bit sad when he's losing a leg. So behind the scenes, definitely there's some fun side action going on here.
You can see Kenny's pretty straight to the point. I think, he's just he'll kind of move his head, but other than that, he goes right to the line, turns around, goes back, has a look, and right to it. He's all business.
Yep,
all business.
He's already walking up to the line there. So you have seen him play in person. Does he stay with this type of consistency normally, where he is at the line as the player is grabbing their darts and walking back from the board? Have you noticed that?
I would say he's definitely more relaxed. He lets him get out of the way, but he's pretty. Once he goes, he goes. He doesn't kind of mess around. He kind of has that lazy-esque kind of walk to the line where he just kind of stands and has that one dart and kind of. I don't know how I kind of say lazy-esque, but it's just really to the point. He kind of stand, yeah. Or in just look at that, just right to the point. A good solid stroke. He only moves just a little bit of movement, slight rock to the front. It's really a solid throw, and I like that kind of don't mess around mentality. Both these guys are honestly the same player. Willy will do the same exact thing.
Yeah, they both have actually very similar shots. When I saw Kenny shooting in the interview, he actually does something that naturally I do when I throw. His shoulder kind of tucks in a little bit as he takes it back and comes through. He obviously just does it a lot more consistently and a lot better than I ever will. Obviously, Willy goes straight back and kind of straight through, but his elbow sticks out a little bit more. But obviously, both these guys have fantastic shots. All right, so Kenny steps up here. He's behind 21 points, now 2 points. Let's see if he goes to the 18s last start. Of course he does. Big close there. We've seen that multiple times from Kenny tonight where last start he has enough a lead where he's comfortable shooting at it, and he's taking advantage of it every time.
2 houses here is what he's got as he's forcing the hand of Walker. Goes 1 at the 16s, then moves right over the 15s. Maybe just felt a little bit more comfortable there.
Yeah, I don't think he liked that first start, the way that it sat, the way that it was hanging, and just switched quickly. And that's one thing these good dart players do is they let the board and their darts dictate where they move, instead of thinking that they have to be forced to do something,
Exactly. Well, that'll open up the door for Kenny as he's going to have 3 houses compared to Willy Walker. But look at that, 9 mark on the 15s for Walker to put him up by a slight advantage, 53-point lead for Willy Walker.
Man, he needed that right there in that moment, but it still is definitely Kenny's leg here with a chance to get up 5-2 in this match. And that's going to put Willy in a tough spot here as he goes to this break.
Kenny gets the lead, but only by a subtle margin. But let me tell you what, that close really helped for Kenny.
So obviously I'm going to be the one to mention this in the chat, but obviously we joked about this before the match started, but someone really likes your voice, man.
That would be Mr. Scott Hanish.
Hey, we get to see him play live on Wednesday. Scott, man, thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. We're excited to watch your match. Even if you have to listen to this high-pitched voice on the playback.
Oh, man. All righty, so here we go. Willy doesn't get the lead, so Kenny is going to have 2 darts here. Or sorry, 3 darts.
There's 1.
Looks like he's only going to need 2. No.
I don't think it's going to do as much here, but like overall, but I think that it gives Willy just a little bit of momentum. It's one of those things where like you're never out of it till you're out of it, but that second dart's going to kill him, I think. So this should be a relatively simple cleanup here for Kenny. I don't expect him having any problems here.
Yep, there it is.
Nice
Goes
and
over the
simple.
19s, nice and simple. It's going to be Kenny Doyle going up 5-2 as we go into a break. Folks, thanks for joining us here on the Partners Promoting Darts page. I'm William Stewart of USA Darts, joined by Sean Green of To The Point Streaming.
Make sure to like, share, subscribe. Get that share button going, guys. 5-2 right now. Kenny Doyle. Tell your friends to join into this great match going on, guys.
Yeah, short 5-minute break. We'll be right back with more action here from the CSC Challenger Series, Division
All right,
1.
let's go. Let's go.
All righty, welcome back, everybody. As it's 5-2, Kenny Doyle with the advantage over Willy Walker in this CSC Challenger Series, brought to you by Partners Promoting Darts. Sean, what do you think of our first little set there?
And I'm telling you what, so obviously I met Kenny, but I kind of forgot about that for a lot of reasons. But but Kenny has really impressed me with his overall game. And going into it, I think that if it was an outsider like myself who didn't really know these guys very well, I know Willie Walker's name a little bit more. So I probably would have imagined something a little bit different happening. I like the switch down the 18s on the last start, even though he's railed the 9 marks on those at least 3 times, I think now. But this is, I think this is about where we expect it to be once we realize that, Kenny is just been on fire, man. What about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I kind of had a subtle thinking that Willie might be the one starting when we come back to the break, or kind of down and in legs, but this match could go either way. I mean, Willie, it just takes 1 to 2 legs, and all of a sudden you just kick it in gear and you find it. So we'll see what happens here.
So far, Kenny has just had the advantage of timing right now. Like that's literally the difference here, is that he is hitting the right darts in those right moments, and Willie is just slightly doing that. Like that one right there, the wire on the trip one, is what's killing him there. He's right there. He's just unable to fully fill it up every time. He's either going 9 mark or he's kind of going like 4 or 5 mark instead of those consistent 7 marks that Kenny's kind of hitting back.
Here we go, looking for, yep,
Man,
another triple.
it's like I was born for this or something. Look at that. 7 mark right after I called it. But Willie, with the chance here at the 20s, he has just railed them the whole time. Do you think he switch over to the 18s here? He sure does. So there's a 9 mark there from Willie Walker. I basically told you guys what were going to happen right before it happened.
Great stuff there. Is this going to be a 2-house to 2-house here? Willie Walker with the advantage. 336 to now 300. Looking for a triple. Finds it. Big 7 mark for Kenny. Doyle.
And this
40-point advantage.
Yeah, this has been the thing, right? Like, Willie's been losing legs, averaging like 5/8.
Yeah, that's the thing that hurts. This has been a really it's going to be a really demanding tournament, because if you're throwing, I mean, we haven't had a leg in the 4s yet.
No, and if we have, it's because the other person's throwing like a 5/8 and it's already way out of reach. I think we had a 4-2 was our lowest one, but that was in a leg where Kenny was out of it early and was kind of just coasting to the next leg here.
Exactly. Our winners have all been in the 5s and almost, I think, 5.5 plus. So.
Oh yeah, there has not been a single leg that has gone where the winner has been in the 4s. And we're going to see this the entire time we do the series. Every week it's going to be big hitter, this type of stuff. And that's honestly, minus working with the greatness that is you, that is what I'm most excited about here.
You need to knock that off, sir. There's no greatness here at all. Just an average guy with a simple voice.
And a mullet. Don't forget the mullet.
And a mullet. I can't forget that one. Thankfully, nobody can really see it right now. All righty. But look at this. I mean, we're already in the 7th round. It's going to be a 600, almost 600 points for both of these guys. But that one may hurt there for Willie.
This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is that timing thing where Kenny's just going to destroy right here. And he's done it the entire time. And there it is.
Wow.
I can't believe he didn't hit that last 18, to be quite honest with you. I mean,
I knew he was going to take the chance. He had to.
Oh, for sure.
Megan Green saying, I love Kenny's stance. You don't have to turn your foot all the way inward to have a technically sound throw like people seem to think. I mean, that is the truth. Every throw is unique, but Kenny's works with him. It's more of an open type stance, kind of more with the chest prominent to the dartboard. But yeah,
yep.
if it works for you, works for you, and obviously it's working for him.
Hey, and by the way, I want you to know that that's why I am the person in the household that is the less prominent dart player, because that is my wife who just commented that.
Oh, heyo! I heard her may have chuckled back there. That's fun.
Yeah,
I didn't
she is.
even see it. She does have the same last name, so yep, that would be a Quinkadink.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, no, she's known as the better darter in the family, for sure.
That is funny.
I just love
That
that you
is
took the
funny.
comment instead of me. It's just really funny that way.
That is good. That is good. Here's the 16s here for Willie. Puts him with a slight advantage, but I don't think it's going to hold for very long. Just 11 points with
Man,
Kenny
a
going for
6'11".
the. Yeah, that's the thing. 6'11. You got the 19s open, and he's been hitting them.
I mean, this is one of those things where these guys it has their average at a 4.85 and a 4.46, and this is why these guys are the way that they are and why they always perform well in tournaments is because those averages go right out the window because they know they have to shoot fives and sixes, and they consistently can do that. And that's what makes this really fun.
Mm-hmm. Well, going back to our, the comment that your lovely wife said, Nick Zalepic said he has thrown that way forever, and that's a gentleman that's actually in this tournament has played Kenny an awfully a lot. I'm sure being around that Florida area himself, so he would definitely know. As Kenny's been playing since the early '90s, so dang near 30 years. I guarantee he's been rocking that throw, perfecting it.
Oh yeah, and again that's what leads to that. Look at these; these guys are almost at 1,000
I was
each.
just thinking, I was about to say our first 1,000 point game here, or 2,000 point game.
There you go. What do we know? What round we're in? I
Yeah,
can
it
look
looks like
at that at
8 or 9.
round
No,
12.
12. Round 12. Sorry, that was game
So they might have to
number.
start paying attention a little bit to that, with it only being a 20-round limit. Um, that was a great comment earlier in the chat that it's something to definitely look out for sure.
That could be a big factor.
All right, so Kenny steps up here. He's got a little bit of a advantage here, and it looks like he's going to add to it first before shooting over at the 16s. Does he stay there? No, he went back for points. Good darts, smart darts. Never go wrong with pointing.
You can never go wrong with a point. That is the truth.
Unless you're already up 200 points.
Unfortunately, that screen won't allow it, so got to keep it under.
I believe it is 5-2. Is that correct? Gary is asking to make sure that the score is correct. I don't think we saw Willie win that last leg, correct? This is the first leg after the break still.
Yes, it is.
It's just, it seems like it's been at least one more leg than it has been.
Yeah, Willie got the start in this leg, but it's just been an awfully long leg as you're looking at, what, round 15 here, I believe. So already throwing 45 darts apiece.
Yeah, I believe this is game 8, actually. But Kenny not taking advantage there of a little misstep there from Willie not getting that point lead. There's a trip 15. See if we can follow it up with another one. There it is. Big darts there from Willie Walker. Like we expected it the whole time. A 5-5 and a 5-6 going right now, guys. Ah, Drew showing up with the big comment there. I did not know that the cork showed it as a leg 1, so that is absolutely correct. And of course, Kenny just, again, timing wise, has been so perfect. See what Willie does here. There's 2. He does hit a hat trick. It's about what he had to do there. But I don't think it's enough. What do you think, Will?
Yeah, I think Kenny's going to take this out pretty quick here. 3 darts needed. Just a simple hat trick. He's done it so many times. Why not do it again? There it is. A 6-2 lead here. And it is going to be Willie Walker to start us off.
6-2. This is starting to get to a danger zone. Although I've seen in races to 9 a bigger comeback than this, from 6-2 down. So anything can go here, but Willie's got to turn it on, and actually he's got to hit a new gear. He can't keep doing what he's doing and expect different results, right? So even though he's been throwing very well, he's still got to raise that just a little bit more.
Yeah, I honestly think he's got to raise it a little bit more and hope that Kenny kind of drops form here just slightly.
Well, there's just a 3 mark there from Kenny, and that might be the first time we've seen that.
I'm
Uh,
honestly, that might be one of the rare times there, if not the first.
I know that Willie is not happy with that first dart laying right above. Um, correct me if I'm wrong, but Willie is a taller guy, correct?
I'm not sure on that one. Definitely looks like a taller guy. I know Kenny's fairly, I think Kenny's about 6'3", yeah, 6'2", 6'3", I believe.
We're gonna call it 6'3", you
Yeah,
know.
we're gonna call it 6'3". Yeah, Willie Walker I've never met in person, just through the streams, been able to see him play. Of course, what seems for a while. He's been in the TOC system or the PPD system for 5 years now, I think. That's what he said through the his pre-match interview, about
Yep.
5 to 6 years or so.
Nick says he's under 6 foot, so
He
we're, like, way
says
off.
we're way off.
Willie's not a tall guy from, like, the from Ready, 253. It was a good thought at the time, okay?
Hey, can't hurt. I'll tell you what it is. It's the camera. It's the camera angle.
There you go. That's
Plays it plays on you.
which, speaking of which, again, I know I mentioned this earlier, the technology for us to be able to do this is insane, man. Like, how lucky is this?
Yeah, I mean, you're talking about, we mentioned it. Willie's up in Tacoma, Washington. Kenny's all the way in Orlando, and we're scattered in between to be able to put this on. And it's pretty nice to have the capabilities to bring this amazing view here of Willie's view. Fortunately, don't have the capabilities to pull up Kenny's tonight this evening. We're just relying on the player cam here on the match screen, but we'll be bringing you some matches here later on in this event with the hopefully the multiple cam setup. So look
For
forward to
sure.
that.
And yeah, like you said, it's really cool to be sitting here and doing this and really having no issues whatsoever technology wise. And I'm gonna knock on the wood in front of me right now. Uh, make sure that doesn't change. Uh,
Always do that one.
but this is the first leg where they're both kind of in the fours right now. Do you? Here's my question for you, because I think this is relevant. Kenny throws a lighter dart. Do you think that that helps in a longer format like this? Do you think Willie's arm might actually get a touch more tired? I know that's a weird question with it only being like about 3.5 grams, but I know a predominant dart player in Indy, Lee Jones, throws a very light barrel just for that reason. That when he gets later into tournaments, he likes the fact that he feels like his arm's fresher. What
See,
do you think?
that's kind of a very there's sides where I lean towards that, but there's also sides I don't. I throw a lighter dart and I play a lot of steel tip. I throw a 20-gram steel tip. Well, the advantage I have is I feel like I can go all day and play, but the disadvantage is it's also very tough and difficult to maintain your stroke the same way because you do have that lighter dart where you can get that sporadic floater here and there, that kind of thing. So yeah, I maybe think you have the play on stamina, but you gotta be proficient. And I believe Willie's probably been playing a 20-gram dart for quite some time.
Oh, I'm sure. When you have
Yeah,
your own custom darts,
and I think his model's been out for around since before the pandemic, so a couple years now or around then. So he's had some time to play with them. Definitely get comfortable. And I don't know if he plays a lot of steel tip. I think he predominantly stays around the soft tip side of things. So don't quote me on that one, but I don't think I see him often at steel tip events.
yeah, I honestly don't know that answer for either of these players, to be quite honest. I think they are both predominantly soft tip players. If I had to guess, which if you're throwing like this, why would you switch? Um, to something else. You're playing for $4,000 in this tournament, which is a great, great chunk of change. Shout out to Partners Promoting Darts for that ad to both the Monday and the Wednesday tournaments we got going on. It's a really cool thing that they put on here, and I know I personally appreciate the fact that I'm able to do this. So huge shout out to PPD for doing that. And there's Willy getting on the board here, making it 6-3 now. So Willy Walker maybe battling back, and he gets to go first again in this leg.
That is the advantage here. He will get to go first, and this is the thing: if he produces a good leg here, it could be a turning point for this match.
Oh,
Anthony
absolutely.
Barbera saying Willie don't play a lot of steel tip events. Yeah, so confirming what I had or what we had figured, he kind of stays on the soft tip side. And Nick's also saying that Kenny is mostly soft. We don't have much of a steel in Orlando, so that would be why the predominant soft tip side of things for Kenny.
Hey, that makes perfect sense there for sure. Um, but yeah, so as we're looking through this again, Willy's taking advantage of this format, and all you can do as a player is use the tools that you have available to you, and this is one of those tools. Although he just, as I said, that commentator's curse is going to allow Kenny right back in this thing, and if I know Kenny, he's probably going to close the 20s, or so he stays 19s all three, the big darts. I can say that I live in an area where steel tip, we are blessed with our steel tip, the amount of steel tip that we have in Indy. Our to the point streaming is a lot of steel tip matches and stuff like that, and we really are blessed with that. And I know a lot of places do not have; they have one option or the other. So you play what you know, and these guys are perfecting the craft of playing soft tip darts with another 9 mark there from Kenny. Man, these guys are good.
Yeah, I think you start to see a lot more of the steel and soft tip players from the Midwest area. I think
Yep.
that's where you see kind of more of the not leaning more towards one side, or if they do lean more towards one side, they still play the other. Uh, but that's just kind of the nature of the beast. I know the East Coast is, especially up New York area, Boston, that's all steel.
Oh yeah.
So
Philly.
yep,
Don't forget
exactly.
Philly, or else they'll come after you, man.
Oh yeah, I bet you. But Florida area soft tip, Washington area soft tip. So
Yeah, we actually there's just a league that just formed in our area that's one week you play soft tip and the other week you play steel tip and you go back and forth. So how like it's such a weird format, and again, we're just blessed with those types of things. We have 5 different vendors in my local area here. Um,
so here, look at this. Kenny Doyle's trying to a quick work of this leg with a 6.0 average.
Yeah, 9 mark here from Willy though puts him right back in this one.
Yeah,
And I would not put it. No, now I would put it past him, but I wouldn't have before that. Now he'll probably stay there. Yeah, absolutely. Good darts.
7 mark gives him what, the 72-point lead. Is that right? Yeah.
I'm just gonna go with it.
Yep. I'm gonna go with it too. Yep, works. And Kenny closes it out with a
Yep.
subtle lead.
And again, this has been the entire night. Why Kenny is up 6-3 is the fact that in those moments where he has to throw good darts, he's throwing those good darts and closing those things out. And Willy is more and more being told by Kenny that he has to throw perfect darts to win legs, and that's going to wear on you, whoever you are.
It most certainly will.
And there it is, 2 darts, 5-7. I am going to be really interested to see the review of these actual averages at the end of this, because they're going to be insane.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. See the averages and the amount of darts thrown too, because there's going to be a lot of them. Long format match, and honestly, kind of see that number would be kind of a thrill as well.
RK Westover, hey man, don't take shots at Indy. That's not very nice. Indy's a great place. We got racing and corn and racing.
It's better than wheat and flatlands.
Yeah, it could be worse. See,
It could be worse.
I was that kid who like was in the airport after my trip to Disney, that was like shouting at people at the airport who were flying from Orlando to Indy or whatever, and being like, "Why are you going to Indy? What is your purpose for that?"
Uh, how
White
about Willie
horse
Walker,
there.
White Horse? Yeah, good stuff there.
Well, that's your problem. He went to IUPUI. There's nothing good about that. Just kidding. My wife graduated law school from IUPUI, so I'm gonna have to backtrack that one real quick.
So here we go. 8 marks per round here for Willie Walker, finding it in
Again,
this 11th leg.
yeah, we said, look at that, staying on it. Oh, he missed a dart. Willie, what are you doing? Down to just a 6.67
Yeah, I was
now.
about to say that really hurt the average there.
Oh man. All right, so Kenny, yeah, this is what Kenny did last time. He does hit a hat, like he ends up hitting 3 bowls, but he did throw that first start at the trip 20. He's okay with losing these style of legs and just getting on to the next one. Um, which is I'm sure totally fine. Maybe we'd ask his partner about that afterwards.
Yeah, he knows he's probably going to move on to the next leg, but the thing about it is Willie will have the start
Yep, and just a
no
one
matter
mark here
what.
from one mark here from Willie. Will take this one, and yeah, Willie will get the start in the next leg with that advantage. This bowl just for fun anyway to get that 6.0 average. But it is it's time for Willie to just consistently start doing that. He needs to be getting some 6 marks here to get himself back into it. It is 7-4. Willie Walker is down to Kenny Doyle, but Willie gets to go first here. And I know that he does not like where that dart is laying, that first dart, but fits it in there anyway because it's Willie Walker.
This is that second one, but look at that. Does find the third, 20 in. A big trip 19 here.
Oh, yeah, gets
No
right back to the
single.
5 mark.
Yeah, 5 marks there for Kenny. I think this is leg number 12 here. Getting in the nitty gritty, we had a couple matches really go, or a couple legs really go a good length in rounds. I'm sure they're both feeling it a little bit.
Yep, and it's got to be interesting here playing remotely in this type of like atmosphere because it's a very casual atmosphere, I'm sure, where both these guys are, and having to like, you know, stay focused the whole time, keep your energy up the entire time. You're having to do this kind of on your own, and some people are better at that than others. I'm sure both these guys are perfectly capable of doing that since they both obviously qualified for this tournament, so they play a lot of remote. It's just who does it better, and right now Kenny is just again just keeps laying down the pressure, especially when Willie misses. When Willie misses, it's go time for him.
Looking at the trip 19, good close.
What do you think of that move there?
That's a tricky move because all Kenny's gonna have to do is just go for the 18s, but he doesn't choose to do that. He chooses to go to the 17s. It's probably the smart play there.
That threw off Kenny a little bit, I think.
But I think it did too. I think look at that. He only comes up with a 2.
So now Willie can fire right at those 18s, although he's going to try and steal 17s first, it looks like. He might be outthinking himself here.
Yeah, I think he should have just stayed there at the 18s, try to gain that point advantage, and really hope for the same thing from Kenny.
Yeah, I fully expect this to be one of those rounds that Kenny's just put on the entire time. Just a 5 mark, and I know I'm saying just a 5 mark, but if you're just joining us, that is the exact phrase to use. It's just a 5 mark in that situation.
Exactly. We're seeing so many 7s and 8 or 7s and 9s. I mean, it seems like just another 5 mark.
So again, Willie does not like it when the dart is above the triple. It kind of blocks off where he throws.
You can see it right there. Look at the evil.
Yep.
He was really unhappy with that last start. And you
He knew
see
it
it.
too. He
Yeah,
knew
it
it.
ricocheted right off.
All right, so Kenny with another chance here to just kind of take control of this leg to make it 8-4 and within one leg of the match to move on. The winner of this match, I'm trying to pull it up here real quick. Oh, I just did the Zoom feature, which is not going to help me. We'll be playing Travis Wilkinson in the next round.
Oh,
So
don't know
there you
much
go.
about Travis myself. I'm doing some hardcore research over the next couple days so I can talk about that next match on next week's stream.
Right, for sure. At least
Should be a good one.
keep in contact with these two guys. Travis, it looks like, throws out a Doug Sports Bar or 5-star lanes. Sorry, and unfortunately, I do not know where Travis is from because it does not show me that.
We'll figure that out, and
Oh yeah,
yeah, we'll have it for you for next week's stream. How about that? Double bull. Kenny just
just doing
one
Kenny
bull
things.
away. Yeah, just doing Kenny things. Makes it tough.
This is going to be our first leg of someone finishing in the threes. Travis Wilkinson is from Wisconsin, and he is a badass, says Nick Marth. And Kurt.
Yeah, there we go. There's some quality shots up in that Wisconsin area. Let me
Oh,
tell you what.
absolutely. Absolutely, there is.
That's another soft tip area. Oh, it's Plover. So from the he's near that Hilger and all those guys. So yeah, he's gonna be a pretty good shot if you're hanging around those boys.
There you
So
go.
Kenny just one leg away now from winning this match.
Yep, and uh-oh. Willie is, it's tough to get upset with yourself after like the very first round of a leg, but in this instance, with who you're playing, and he knows this, Kenny's just been jumping on that the entire time, as we see here with the 6 mark follow up from Kenny, and now Willie just lost his advantage of the throw.
That really, really hurt. That was the worst time to have that 2 mark happen to him, and he's going to pay for it. And you can tell him right now, and see it right now. He knows the match is in Kenny's hands right now.
Yeah, it's tough to keep the energy and all of that when you know you have to win 5 legs on the spin, and then you start off that first leg like that against someone of Kenny's caliber who is just not going to let anything creep into him winning this match. My goodness, the 7 mark follows that 6, and Willie is really, really, really on the outside looking in. He's going to have to throw pretty much perfect darts from here on out to sustain this leg.
He chooses just to take the move of closing that 20 and hoping for a mistake from Kenny.
Yeah, I think he's starting to do a little bit of a frustration strategy, if I'm being honest with you. But the
Here we
weird thing
go.
affects Kenny again.
The door is open. The door is open. Willie hit gold here. 6 mark or higher.
Oh, that's such an unlucky second dart too. But he does get the 6 to get the point lead back, and he is a little bit back in this leg. But Kenny has shown time and time again this timing has been impeccable.
He's been hitting a lot of these trip 17s. Can he get another?
Oh, he moved up.
No.
Yeah, I figured he was going to move up to the 18s. He's been doing that all night long. And he's been hitting it all night long, so I don't know why he missed it there.
I can see that. You know, why go for a point? Maybe take the opportunity to go at that 18 when you're 8-4 up. You
Oh,
can kind of do
absolutely.
that. You can kind of do that.
Yeah, you can hero dart it sometimes. Willie just did it a little bit on the 17 first dart, which was an interesting strategy choice. But he knows he has to do something kind of spectacular just to get going here. But only a 3 mark from Kenny. This is as slow as we've seen Kenny go 2 rounds in a row. A 2 mark followed by a 3 mark. There's the close. This is the opening that Willie needed here, and he is taking full advantage of it. Big 7 mark there from Willie Walker. Retakes control of this leg.
The attack in the 16s goes for the
Wow.
gutsy move on the 18th. How
Look
about
at
that?
that.
Wow.
That is dirty. That is some dirty
Ooh.
darts there from Kenny Doyle at the right time again. Just he's like, all right, you got the advantage here, but watch this. Now let's
Gutsy moment for
look at
sure.
this. Willie came right back. Oh, he just missed the single. He
You
almost did
can
the
see
exact
it.
same thing back. This is nuts, guys. Nuts. 8-4.
You could see on his face as he knew that dart is
This
what
is
he
gonna be
needed.
over. This is gonna be over in one dart. That's it.
Wow.
Oh my
What
gosh.
a final leg there.
Wow. I mean, hats off to Kenny Doyle moving on. I mean, what can you what can you ask for
Oh,
there, guys? Willie Walker put on a great show for us tonight. It's just my goodness, Kenny, he knew he had a bedtime to get to. He was like, I have to be done before 11, and he's going to throw this at me now, and cramp my style. Man, what do you
what do
what
you
do you
do
do
on
with that?
that? That's just incredible stuff. As we saw all night, pretty much five marks per round as your winning average, pretty much the whole time. Incredible stuff here from Kenny Doyle. Unfortunately, Willie Walker, like you said, just not coming out on top in this one. But someone's gotta fall, and it's gonna be Willie Walker moving into that losers bracket, double elimination, so still can come through.
Oh yeah,
Find out
absolutely.
what happens. You never know. You never know. Interesting things, but
Hey, that
it's just a start.
man, talk about a great first match. Final score 9-4. Uh, Kenny Doyle taking the win there, and that's going to be a name that we are going to have to remember and keep track of the entire rest of this tournament because um, we're not going to see a whole lot better timing wise than we saw from Kenny there. Like he just showed 6 perfect darts at the end.
Yep. And he's going to be like that, I think, throughout this tournament. He's going to be a real one of those top players that could go the distance. We'll find out as we go through. And don't forget, folks, this is just the beginning. We'll be here with you every Monday and Wednesday evening, starting at 8:30 Central. Join us for this Division One and Division Two tournament.
Absolutely, and
It's going to be incredible.
I believe at this point in time, on Wednesday, we have the battle of, oh man, why did I
Brandon
do that to
Neal and
myself?
Scott Hanish.
Thank you so
There
much.
you go.
Uh,
Braden Neal, Scott Hanish. It should be a good match. I think those guys know each other pretty well. I know actually both of them a little bit. So I'm gonna be excited for that one. That's gonna be a good match between those two guys.
Absolutely. Again, a race to 9 on Wednesday. If you tuned in with us all evening long, we really appreciate it, guys, on both, or on 3, on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Twitch. We really appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun, man. Talk about an opening night.
Yeah, definitely. It's been quite a phenomenal open night, and that's like I said, just an opening night. We're gonna have lots more coming your way. Join us here on the Partners Promoting Darts pages. William Stewart here from USA Darts, followed here by Sean Green in Eat to the Point Streaming.
Absolutely. And if you guys have nothing better to do tomorrow night, go to the Point Streaming, Indie Darts to the Point Streaming on Facebook, and watch our Siege. Starts at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, so a little bit earlier than this is, but yeah, I'll be there at the
Tuning
castle.
in. I'll be tuning in.
Will, man, it's absolute pleasure every time I get to talk to you. I feel like we have the best job right now, and
So we certainly do. It's gonna be fun, and I look forward to Wednesday night and more coming our way.
absolutely, guys. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in with us. We really appreciate it. Partners promoting darts, the CSC Challenge Series, big first match. Kenny Doyle taking it down 9-4 against Willie Walker. I'm really excited to see what those averages are like afterwards. I think that's going to be really cool.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what they have. We'll see what the rest of them have coming your way. Stay tuned on the bracket on Coffee Sport. Take care, y'all.
Absolutely, guys. Have a great night.